What's up, you guys? It is D. Marie Hair again here saying what's up. Yesterday I got a message from one of my subscribers on YouTube. YouTube subscribers, what's up? What's happening? You guys are adding on every day. That's what's up. It's beautiful to see. Keep clicking that subscribe button, okay? That's what's up. I got a question. Yesterday, the question was, did I have any advice for shop owners, or do I have any experience in shop owning? And the answer to both of those questions is yes. So let me fly through that real quick today. So I owned a little boutique space kind of before they got popular, or maybe just on the leading edge of them getting popular. It was not like a solo salon or, you know, any of those corporate spaces. It was just a little bitty space in a building downtown Chicago that we managed to find, and we rented out the whole thing, me and my business partner, or my business partner and I. We did it. So I do have a little bit of experience managing. We did really good business out of that space. It was a little bitty, like I said, salon, like a little boutique space. There was only room for 4 booths in there. We took out one of them, left 3, and the 90% of the time only operated the 2 of us. And we really had more business than we could handle by the second year. The first year was pretty good. We took a lot of our clients from the place we were before, maintained a lot of clientele. But what we did, which is the first nugget of my advice to shop owners, is what we did when we got to our new space and we opened it and we got our own name and all of those things, was we asked all of our old clients that we brought over if they would write us Yelp reviews. And of course, they've been with us for years. They're gonna write you a 5-star Yelp review, and they were all genuine. It wasn't like we paid anybody to write reviews or anything crazy like that. All genuine from the heart reviews. Of course, they all gave us 5 stars. So what ended up happening was, very quickly we went from being a brand new business with no reputation whatsoever to having 20, 30 5-star reviews right away within 2 months or so. So especially in business places like downtown Chicago, a lot of people look for Yelp. There's a lot of business downtown. We got a lot of travelers. We got a lot of people who were just in town for the weekend, or we were around a lot of hotels. So when people were in the hotels and they would look for a barbershop or a salon nearby, we would fly right to the top of the list because we had 5 stars, and we were usually pretty close to wherever we were. So just from those new bookings within the first year, we knew that by the end of the second year, we were going to need to expand. We needed more people. Our space was small, it was intimate, it was beautiful. I'm going to attach a picture at the beginning of this video so you guys can take a look at it. Beautiful spot. It was homey, it was friendly. We loved it. Our clients loved it. But the reality was, we didn't have enough space to keep up with the business that we were coming up against because we had 5 stars on Yelp. So my first recommendation is, have all of your clients, if you're bringing over existing clients already, people that have been with you for a while that you know that aren't going to say anything, you know, gritty about you on the internet, my first recommendation is have all your old clients write you Yelp reviews at your new space. It will give you credibility right away. It'll jump you right to the top of the list. Now, everywhere doesn't use Yelp, but it's getting more and more widely used. It's very commonly used in business districts like the one I was in, Chicago. So that made our whole business. Our space was on the 7th floor of a commercial condo building, which isn't really common anymore, but a few years ago, business condos were a big deal, right? So they would, in a building, buy a condo that it was not a condo you would live in, it was a condo that you would do business out of. And so the owner got to own the space that the business was located in, just like you would own a brick and mortar store, but this was a space in a condo building. So we just happened to come across a really good deal on one of these little spaces, and we rented out the whole space, and we did great business out of there. The other tidbit that I would have for you guys, because I can only really come up with 2, well, 3, okay. the second thing that I was going to say is fight for the 1%. And I don't mean like Occupy, right? The Occupy movement. I mean, if you're in a partnership or you're not doing it alone, if you have a partnership, give 51%. Don't be 50-50. Under no means be 50-50. If you have to have an even split, don't do it. I'm gonna just tell you, like, just don't do it. I love my business partner. She is one of the most amazing people I know. She's just an awesome human being. We had differences about the way that we wanted to proceed with business. We were in downtown Chicago. We could have charged $50-$60 for a haircut, $70 for a haircut. I wanted to keep it around 30. It's an easy, casual number, right? You don't get the client that you get at $30 is going to be very different than the client that you get at 70. And for me, it wasn't about the money. It was about enjoying my time in my space. This is my space. I created it the way I want it to be, and I want to enjoy the time that I spend with people here. And understandably, she wanted to maximize her dollar. She came from a high-end space and wanted to be able to stay, at a little more high-end point than I wanted to be at, and we just had some conflicts about that. She wanted to create a classier atmosphere. I wanted to create a more casual atmosphere. Not that my atmosphere was like ghetto or, you know what I mean, but it was just comfortable. I want comfort. I wanted to feel homey. I wanted to feel comfortable. And she was leaning towards a really more high-end, sophisticated feel. So we clashed on our opinions about how things should be managed in that way. If I had retained that 1%, or even when we were closing, right, when we decided to close the business, there were some things that I had problems doing because I did not have the 1%. If I had 51% and she had 49, I would be able to make things move the way I needed them to. But I didn't. We were 50-50. And that means when I say close something, she could say open it. When I say open something, she could say close it. And so if you're not on the same page with what you want to do and where you want to be and what your goals are, if you don't fight for that 1%, you can really be in a war of roses trying to, I don't even know if y'all know that movie. It was back in the 80s. I might be too young. I don't even know. Google it. But you could really be in for some turbulent times because you did not fight for 1%, because you agreed to be dead even with somebody instead of saying, I'm going to take the edge up. Just the 1% would have drastically changed how things were in the end. It's fine when everything's beautiful and soft and cuddly and you're making good money and you're going out to eat all the time and drinking and hanging out with your clients and you're just having a ball. That's easy. Anybody can do that well. But when things don't go well and you have a difference of opinion and you believe it's time to close and they want to stay open, or you believe it's time to open this account and they want to close that account, when you don't have that 1%, bruh, 1 measly percent. Today, if I had a deal to do, it really wouldn't matter what the dollar attached to it was. If I was firmly convicted about how it should go and somebody said, I want to be 50-50, I refuse to take 49, I would not do the deal today. Knowing what I know now, I would not do the deal. I would shut it down. And I would just keep working in somebody else's chair until I found a deal that worked for me, to be completely honest with you. And I had a great time. I loved my shop. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. We had two of the best years of my life, honestly. But we just got to a point where we had to expand and grow together and get things on the same page, or we had to let it go. And my business partner and I were just in two different places. And it wasn't going to work. And we went in two separate directions, and she's doing great. So proud of her. And I'm doing great. I'm having a good time, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? But you live and you learn, and I would definitely fight for that 1%. Do it cash if you can. It's one of the best things that we did was to not take out loans. Almost referencing the last point we had, right? It would have made things muddier when we came to a close. But what we did was we almost subleased the space that we had. We subleased the furniture. I mean, the space that we took over was pretty much turnkey, and we paid rent and then made the adjustments on the fly. So whenever we had cash, tax-free, fun season is tax season right now, we would take that money, invest it in the business, and then that way we didn't have any debt associated with the business besides just your regular phone bills, cable bills, you know, maintenance and upkeep and stuff like that. But actual loans, we didn't have to take out any loans whatsoever in order to keep that space open. We opened it with cash, we closed it with cash, bing bow, one and done. So that was pretty simple. That was a really easy way to do it. We got very lucky finding a space that was turnkey that we could just move into like that. Shout out to Dana Louder for that. That was that's every entrepreneur's dream, is to have, you know, somebody backing you like that, which just says, no man, just take it. Just, yeah, you know, no, just take it. You want the chairs? Take the chairs. You want the stations? Take the stations. Pay me my rent. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better setup for your first business than that. So shout out to you for that. Appreciate you, Dana. Yeah, man, that's it. Those are my 3 big keys. For sure. Number 1, get on Yelp sooner than later. Yelp will revolutionize your business. I'll tell you guys real quick. So we had our grand opening party, right? My father, so you had to, first of all, know that it was in this building, because again, it's on the 7th floor of a building downtown Chicago. There's buildings everywhere downtown Chicago, right? So you had to know where it was. So we get there, you had to valet your car, and then we get up, we go through the elevators, go up to the 7th floor, you had to go down the hall and then turn left. It was like, it was a trek, right? Location, 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 everybody says, but we did not have the best location. It was not the easiest place to find, but when you make an appointment with somewhere on Yelp and they say, go down here, turn down this dark alley, you know, fall into a manhole, and then keep walking on your right, and there's gold at the end of the pipeline, that's what you're going to do, because that's what Yelp said do. So you're like, well, I made this appointment, I got to go now, I got to be there at 2:30, so you just, you know, you do it because that's what Yelp says do. That's where Yelp says go, so you go. So anyway, I took my father to the space, and I said, well, Dad, what do you think? And he said, well, we'll see. You know, I don't know how anybody's going to find it all the way up here. I was just like, yeah, I agree with you. But Yelp, man. But Yelp. So yeah, get on Yelp sooner than later. Do everything cash if you possibly can. Fight for the 1%. And the last tidbit is have a plan. Even if you got cash, if you can walk right in and pay a year's rent right away, you can pay all your, you know, chairs up, and you don't need a business plan. Nobody's second guessing you about your finances or anything like that. Regardless, have a plan. Have a plan for your growth. Have a plan for how you're going to manage your finances, how people are going to get paid. Have a plan. I don't care if you write it down on an old receipt that you get from one of the beauty supply stores. I don't care where you do it. But have a roadmap for growth or failure. Have a roadmap for failure too. Because you need to know how you're going to handle these things when they happen, especially if you're not the only one, if you're not a sole proprietor. If you have partners, or if you have, you know, an LLC, or you have people around you, there needs to be a game plan for how we're going to tackle problems when we say pull the plug, how we're going to handle growth. Because if not, when those things happen and you have conflict, it's just harder to manage. There's a lot of infighting that you can alleviate right away just by planning those things ahead of time. So I hope that helped. I think your name was Soulbriety. Excuse me if I got that messed up, but thanks so much for the question. I love when you guys write me and ask me questions. So anything I can do to help, always, I'm here. Let me know. Like, subscribe, share, comment, any of that, all of that. Share it with your people. Anybody considering opening a shop, you need to forward this to them, man. So, you know, they can just have some things on their mind. It's a big undertaking. It's not easy. If you do it well, it's not easy. So think about it ahead of time. Have a game plan, okay? Fight for your 1%. Get on Yelp and do everything cash if you possibly can. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time. I'll be seeing you soon. Peace.